Our story begins on a dry, sandy terrain with patches of grass and small shrubs. There are a few tall, slender trees scattered across the scene. The sky is mostly clear with some soft, wispy clouds, transitioning from a pale yellow near the horizon to a light blue at the top, giving a peaceful and tranquil atmosphere. It looks like buildings with arched entrances, likely made of stone or similar material, suggesting a village or settlement. We notice in the courtyard there are two vehicles, a truck and a van, parked next to a large building. The lighting suggests early morning or late afternoon, casting long shadows across the scene. "I'm sorry that things have turned out this way, Professor," says the man on the left. The man on the left is a muscular man with short blonde hair, wearing a sleeveless shirt and military-style pants. He appears injured, with blood on his face and arms, leaning against a brick wall. "Don't say that, Major Kong. I should be the one to apologize because you came to save me." We learn that the guy with blonde hair is a major of some soldiers. However, the atmosphere is intense. "I'm the one who's sorry for putting you and your man in this situation. The rescue mission would have succeeded if only that goddamn informant hadn't turned on us," says Major Kong. "These men here were highly trained soldiers, not just common militia. Not to mention, triple the manpower of what our intel projected. They knew the details of our plan and completely ambushed us. The whole thing was a trap to rope us into this mess." They hear some footsteps of a person coming closer to the door. When the door opens, we see the shadow of a figure standing at the door. A person is thrown to the ground, seemingly defeated or injured, while another figure stands over them. The person on the ground appears to be in distress, with their hands bound and their body bruised or dirted. The standing figure's stance suggests dominance or authority over the situation. The hostage falls heavily to the ground, feeling excruciating pain. "Sergeant Kim," Major Kong shouts in complete shock and horror, with sweat falling from his face and fear. He then shouts angrily, "You bastard." He then jumps up and tries to fight the man who kicked one of his comrades, but then the man suddenly looks at them intensely and speaks some foreign language that they do not understand. He's holding a bat or a similar weapon over his shoulder. He then goes on to hit Major Kong on the head with a bat. Major Kong falls headfirst with a thud, feeling excruciating pain. As the man leaves, he smiles with a malevolent grin. He leaves the hostages back inside the room and closes the door. Everyone is left in shock at what happened. Major Kong gets up, but we see his face showing visible distress and pain. He has sweat on his face and is uttering the word "you okay?" indicating he is struggling or in severe discomfort. Soon after the man left, Major Kong is kneeling on the ground, clutching his abdomen in pain. He has a distressed expression and appears to be struggling. Major Kong shouts, "Damn it, that bastard is playing us like pawns. Lieutenant, are you all right?" The man who was thrown into the room first asks Major Kong worriedly. Sergeant Kim has short dark hair and has a dirty, torn shirt. "I'm fine, how are the rest of the men?" says Major Kong. "I don't know. They were all taken somewhere," says Sergeant Kim. Suddenly, they heard footsteps of another man approaching the door. They then shiver in fear as they slowly turn their heads toward the door. The door slowly opens, and a man stands in front of them looking at them menacingly. What now? Major Kong wonders. Suddenly, the guy gets knocked out by a person behind him. Everyone is in shock and in disbelief, wondering what just happened. They look up to see who knocked him down. A mysterious man stands there, looking down on them and asks, "Are you Major Kong?" Major Kong is surprised that he speaks Korean. He then asks, "Who are you?" He then goes on to think he doesn't sound quite fluent, but he definitely just spoke Korean. The mysterious man then said, "I came for you. All you prisoners follow me." Not wasting a second, They make their way out of the room because they do not want to get caught. I mean, in a situation like this, who would want to get caught? Major Kong is surprised that all the hostile men are knocked down by this mysterious guy who saved them. He then says they would have heard something if all those men were taken out. But they didn't. He then looks at the guy with amazement. Which division are you with, and how many troops have been deployed? Major Kong asks the mysterious man. The mysterious guy says, I can't name who I work for, I came alone. Major Kong is shocked by his response. He still questions if the mysterious person knocked out all those men by himself. And undetected at that. As they make their way out, a door opens, and two hostiles appear in front of them. Not knowing what to do, Major Kong and the prisoners prepare themselves to open fire. The enemy men noticed them trying to escape, and they pulled out their weapons to fire. Major Kong debates to himself, there is no way we can get past them quietly. We need to fight, so he readies himself to fire back. However, before he can do so, the mysterious man suddenly launches himself towards the enemy and knocks them out with ease and immense precision. He hits one man with an uppercut, knocking him out straight and hitting his head against the wall, quickly incapacitating him. The other hostile is shocked and prepares to fire at the mysterious man, but before he can do so, the mysterious man launches a throwing knife, and it hits the heart of the hostile and dies instantly. As the mysterious man stands proudly over the fallen enemies, Major Kong then says, he instantly disarmed the men without even reaching for his gun. He then wonders which agency the mysterious man is from. The mysterious man says, we must pick up the pace. I'll take care of the hostiles as we continue. Don't use your rifle unless it's necessary. Major Kong agrees. He continues, in other words, don't get in my way. A few seconds later, dozens of men are falling into the hands of the mysterious man. The enemy team is not even given a single second to retaliate against the mysterious man, who is instantly knocking them down, guns blazing, and hostiles are dropping them left and right. The prisoners keep moving, following the lead of the mysterious man. They notice hostiles up ahead. Major Kong says, so much for keeping quiet. Before he fires, he notices something. The mysterious man is still moving forward even though there are multiple hostiles up ahead. He shouts, we should remain calm and think before we act. Just after he said that, the mysterious man slides, and at the same time, already aiming at the hostiles. Before they can react, the mysterious man fired his pistol and killed the hostiles. The mysterious man reloads his weapon and continues on. Major Kong is at an utter loss for words. He says in disbelief, the mysterious man is moving so recklessly. Major Kong admires the man. This guy is a beast, but his tactics are too reckless for some typical military soldier. They then head on to the exit. The mysterious man says, wait here for a while. Major Kong asks, why are we stopping here? We must get out of here as fast as we can. He then turns his head to see his comrades exhausted, and then says to himself that he failed to take their weak state into account. No matter the circumstances, he should have kept notice of that, because he is a leader. He then looks at the mysterious man, and he says, so he wasn't running mindlessly. Even throughout all of this, he kept the stamina of us in mind. He has black eyes, and he speaks good Korean, even though it's not quite perfect. He then decides to ask him, are you Korean? The mysterious man keeps silent. After a few seconds, Major Kong asks again. Suddenly the mysterious man shouts, it's time to move. We are taken through a thicket of tall, dry grass or reeds. The men are exhausted and have signs of dirt and scratches on their bodies and clothes. After some time, they meet their platoon safely and, in some vehicle, they're happy to see their major and their comrades. Major Kong is happy as well. He asks, how did you all get here? The platoon then points towards the mysterious man saying, he helped us escape and told us to wait here for a while until he came back with you guys. The mysterious man says, I stop here. Head on south and someone else will be waiting for you. Major Kong turns his head and shows his appreciation to the mysterious man, extending his hand for a handshake. The mysterious man says, "No need, I'm just carrying out the commission." Major Kong had a feeling he was a mercenary. Turns out he was right. Major Kong says, "Even if it's just another job for you, I still want to thank you for your help. Whatever your reason was, you still saved me and my platoon." The mercenary looks at him and then looks at the handshake. As he reaches out for the handshake, they hear a loud sound coming from the rocks behind them, sounds of gunfire. In quick response, the mercenary then commands everyone to get down and take cover as a barrage of bullets rain down the area from the enemy team. Major Kong asks, "What is that? Is it a mortar?" A mortar is a portable weapon used to fire bombs at high angles. Major Kong says, "I can't hear anything. How are my men and the professor?" His men say, "We're good and unharmed. So is the professor." Then Major Kong turns his head as he hears gunfire. He sees the mercenary fighting back all by himself as the wood of the mercenary comes off. Major Kong says, even now he still fight back, but he looks young, very young in fact. He is just a kid.
Six months later.
We see a few trees and several students are walking or talking near the entrance of the building. This building is a modern-looking school or university building with large windows and a distinctive architectural design. A teacher says to the students, "Eyes up here, everyone." Then we see a school bully who says, "Who the hell is this bitch?" It seems like everyone is facing the front direction, noticing a new face. We then see our main character standing next to the teacher. We have a new student joining us today. Our main character is nicely dressed in a white shirt and black tie, and is carrying a school bag. He says, "Hi everyone, nice to meet you, I'm Ijin.